Hello and welcome to Malta. My name is Jana and you're watching Curves on the Road. In today's video, I'll tell you 10 things you should know before coming to this beautiful island. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 1, visas and airports. First thing, since 2004, Malta is part of European Union, so you don't have to worry, especially if you're from European Union, you don't need any visa, you don't need to prepare anyhow, you just come, you don't even have to show your passport. If you're coming from abroad, just check the requirements for European Union. The same rules will apply as for the other EU countries. The airport that you arrive at is quite small. It's quite common, even though it's the only international airport here in Malta, it is not the biggest. So count that it's going to be maybe a little crowded, a little chaotic. It's maybe a good idea to have your transportation pre-booked so that you are not overwhelmed by what's happening. On the other hand, Malta is an English-speaking country, guys, so as long as you understand me, you will understand everybody here, which is an absolute plus. So you will not have so much problem to figuring things out because should be easy, right? Number 2, the weather. That's basically why people come here, right? The weather and the sea are the main attractions of this beautiful island. So if you're coming anytime after April and before, let's say, October, November, you'll experience beautiful Mediterranean climate. If you want to go somewhere in December and you want still to swim and enjoy the sun and just wear shorts, and no, it's still European country, so you would probably be upset that the temperatures are not up to Caribbean standards, let's say. So stick to the plan and come not earlier than mid-April, and probably September is your last safe bet that the weather will be actually very nice. The sea here is super clean. They have the cleanest bay. There is one place near the island that has the bluest water you can think of. It's definitely a good trip, one-day trip to do when you're here in Malta. So they have gorgeous, super clean water. What is a little bit bummer for me, because I don't like rocky beaches, and most of the beaches around here are a bit wild and rocky, and if there is sand, it is quite rough sand if you want. So be prepared, you know. It might be a little bit different or not what you expect in terms of the comfort level you're sometimes used to. It's not a big sandy beach where you have millions of sunbeds, showers, all your comfort. You have to pay for it with most of the hotels because the beaches are public. Number 3 is history. There are not many countries that would have such rich history and that would have so many things going on in the past as Malta. Why? Because this island is very strategically placed, and in the past everybody wanted it. Everybody liked it. I mean, I don't blame them. It's a gorgeous island, but it was also super strategically and politically important. In 1530, the Knight Templars, or the correct name is the Knights of the Order of St. John, got this island from the Spanish who conquered Sicily. And since then, they started 200 years of prosperity and building of the golden era of the island of Malta. Then the French in the 18th century came and conquered Malta for a very short time. And then in 1813, basically Malta became part of the British Commonwealth. and they were part of the United Empire, the English Empire, for, well, till the recent history, 1960s. You can feel it almost every step that the British conquered this island. Let's talk just gently about the geography. I didn't know where Malta was. I know, I'm terrible, I'm from Europe, I should know better. But there are a lot of these small islands that are sometimes part of a different country, sometimes they are autonomous. And I was losing track and I thought Malta was near Spain. Kill me, please, Malta, don't be so mad at me. But yeah, I thought that your island was near Spain. It's not. Forget about it. If you go from Sicily down south, you will arrive at Malta, and if you continue more south, you'll be in northern Africa. So it's between, let's say, Tunisia and Sicily if you want the approximate location. That being said, being between the Arabic world and Sicily, there are lots of influences in the culture, the food, and everything, and we'll talk about it once we get to the food portion of this video. The food. We talked about the northern Africa, so a lot of the cuisine is fusion with Moroccan, Tunisian. If you like couscous and you want it well prepared, this is the country to go for that. If you want something typically, very typically Maltese, it is more of rabbit. They love to eat rabbit in a stew here. If you have a pet rabbit, maybe that's not gonna be your meal of a choice, but they have it. And then they have very specific pastries. They call pastilles, and it's basically, it's something like milfei, but not really. If you know baklava, the sweet pastry, it's that dough, but it's filled with ricotta cheese, so it's savory. Or they fill it with cheese, with peas and meat, so it's savory, but it's a pastry. So these are the things I've tasted. They are really good, but I'm still most amazed about the couscous, to be completely honest with you. Of course, you have Italy just around the corner, so you can expect the pizza to be good. And they have gelato, and you know me, I can't be without gelato. So if you're here looking for really, really good ice cream, yeah, you're in the right spot. Number 6, as always, we need to talk about people and languages. So people here, first of all, super friendly, like I always say it, but like I mean it here. And here it's even easier. It's simply easy because everybody speaks English. Everyone's fluent in English. Lots of Czech kids come here for summer holidays for courses of English. So if you want good weather and the English language, Malta is definitely a place for you. So you are not here ever stressed that you wouldn't be heard, that you wouldn't be understood, that there would be some miscommunication, which is absolutely brilliant, and it makes you in ease. Also, like the politeness, the British politeness you know from the British islands, it's here as well, so that's absolutely perfect, and you can enjoy it without the bad weather. Speaking about the languages, English is not the only language spoken here. There is a specific Maltese language that is on the Semitic group of the languages, like Hebrew or Arabic. Driving. Driving in Malta. First of all, us in Central Europe, we drive on the left. Here, surprise, surprise, British colony, they drive on the opposite side. So for me, driving here would be difficult already, even just from this perspective, but you add a little bit of chaos, a little bit of like density of the population here. It's very dense. Like you would be surprised that Malta is almost like a city-state, right? Like one city ends, you have 2-3 fields, and another city starts. So it's not like you have vast spaces of nothing. There's always a city, or at least a couple of buildings here and there. So be prepared that it's really densely populated. If you don't want to use car, which I would probably understand, I wouldn't like to drive around here. We didn't. We just wanted to see the capital, Valletta, and we decided against driving. There's Uber. Uber works here. I believe even some other providers, we used Uber. Is it the cheapest thing on earth? It's not. Is it worth your money? For us, absolutely. We just needed one way to the Valletta. We were staying in St. Paul's Bay and we were going to Valletta. It was 30-ish something minutes drive and it cost us 16 to 18 euros. As I said, not entirely cheap, but if you're doing it once, twice, just calculate how much a car rental would cost you and make your own decision. Number 8, if you are planning to visit several European countries at once and you want to use the SIM card of Europe, good news for you. Basically, the whole European Union can use the same plan, right? So if you already have a SIM card, it's perfect. Otherwise, I would highly recommend get the European one because the roaming rates are just absolutely terrible. The outlets here are the UK one. So at the last, we were like, oh, we're going to European Union. We don't have to worry. It's the same one as everywhere in the European Union. And then we saw some videos and they were like, but be careful. It's the UK adapter that you need. And we were like, oh my God, let's pack that. Okay, good to know. So do that, definitely do that. But when we arrived at this hotel, which is a huge, big 4-star hotel, I have a separate video on this hotel, so you can check it out in details as what's nice here, except for only the pools that you see behind me. In the hotel room, there is one socket in the UK version and one in the European. So if we forgot, or we would still have one socket that would be usable for us. So I'm not sure if it's a nice touch from this hotel or if it's generic that they have both kinds. Number 9, this one will be boring and super quick. It's money. There is not much to talk about. They use euros, so you're perfectly fine with euro as anywhere in Europe. As of paying by card, you don't have to worry. I could pay my magnets anywhere I wanted with a credit card, so you don't have to be worried that you would need to carry a lot of cash around. The only place when we were taking an elevator in Valletta, they just needed like coins, right? 2 euro coins. So that's where we needed cash. But other than that, completely cashless. You can pay card anywhere you want, restaurants, small shops. So don't worry that you would need a lot of cash. And my last point, as it always is, should you go to Malta? Definitely. So many reasons to go. Wonderful weather. Language that you speak since you're watching my video and understand. Easy to get around. Not overwhelmingly big. No crazy vast country that you would need weeks and months to explore. So if you want what we wanted, meaning like very easy, comfortable, convenient and relaxed holiday, yeah, definitely come here to Malta and you won't regret it. And by the way, Maltesers, you know the candy, that's extra point. It's not from Malta. It was created in the UK, so too bad, like Maltesers, the candy, not from here. So that's it. That's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you give me a Maltese thumb up? And you can subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day and bye!